Oh, hi guys, Gary Christian here. I'm starting up back up from where I left off. This is Slime Rancher. I talked a crap ton in the last video, and hopefully now we can just get going on stuff. First of all, I actually do want to check something real quick. Do I have enough? Oh, I do. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy a cube, because we need to start racing these guys. They're important. They're chickens. Okay, right, so, brief refresher of what we just did. We started the game, I showed off everything, and, well, we got all that boring intro stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead and just actually get going in the game. It is now 6:20 at night, which means hopefully we will start seeing the first of a particular slime. And I'm going to go ahead and just, like, kind of rush down to try and get a second slime real quick. First, we need to stock on food. Like, food is going to be really important early on until I can actually, like, store this stuff in some place. Here. Let's see if the chickadee decides to... Yeah, okay. We want one of these guys. Chickadees, rather. And the reason why we want a chickadee is because if we're going to raise a coop, we actually need roosters. Like, you can't just stick a bunch of hens inside a coop and expect Jurassic Park to play out in your backyard. You actually have to find root stars. If you can't find root stars, get some chickadees, because they have a 50-50 shot of growing up into either a hen or a roost star. And if any of them grow up into a roost star, then we're officially in business. But let's go ahead and start exploring. So, on my controller, it's right on the control pad. I don't know what it is on keyboards, but here's a map of the far range. This whole colored-in area is the entirety of the range so far, including places that we don't have access to. You can see the lab is in the bottom right corner. The cave area is the top right. The overgrowth is the top left, and an area called the docks is the bottom left. And you can see, like, there's a whole big world out here. And we don't have a map for this yet. Also... Anyways. Oh, this... He's smiling, too. Alright. But, yeah. First up, I'm gonna basically laser sight myself to find something. Because there's a whole mechanic that we need, like, I need to go discover and show off you guys. Because it's a very integral part of this game. Ooh. Huh. Really? We found a gold plort this early in the game? Holy hell! Alright. Right, let's give some explanation on that. So, let's go down here since we got the entry for it. So what we just found is the gold plort, which comes from these guys. Gold slimes. The most elusive and sought after of all slime species is easily the gold slime. Very little is known about these slippery creatures that they have proven impossible to capture, which this is true. You can't actually raise these things. Gold slimes are quick as a flash and will immediately begin to flee ranchers on sight. If a rancher is to profit from the encounter, they need to begin quick. So gold slimes produce no direct risk to a rancher, but their appearance often induces panic and leads to sometimes fatal mistakes. Further, the only way to obtain gold plorts is to strike a gold slime with any spare resources in your vac. Doing so can produce a gold plort, though it also leaves a trail of additional resources in the area, leading to unintentional largos or worse. And the gold plorts, they have little practical use, and the most valuable of all plorts simply because they are shiny and rare. Back on Earth, the elite love to adorn themselves in jewelry made of gold plorts, far exceeding the value of any terrestrial precious metal. For this reason, a rancher should never pass up the opportunity to get a gold plort or two for a chance encounter. We didn't actually get to see this guy. He just kind of dropped his thing on his own. Which is... Hi. Oh, darn. That's a decoration. Oh, that's going to stay there for a bit. Didn't even mean to pick that up. Also, I'm noticing we didn't find any particular slime I was hoping to find here, but oh well. This, real quick, this is a decoration. This is actually for a slime that we haven't even seen yet, or are not going to see for quite some time. But let's go ahead and run back. You're going to want to... I'm going to want to sell this gold plort as soon as I can, because I believe the market board had it as like 400 already. A warning about the markets, they do actually fluctuate in price, and you have to kind of like pay attention somewhat, I would say, for the gold ports. Because like these right now, they will go up and they will go down, but they don't go down terribly much. Gold ports can radically differ though. I've seen this go up to like 513 and as low as 367. So yeah, there's a lot of money right there for us. So that's really good news. And with that, I actually have enough money that I could buy the food thing if I wanted to. So let's go ahead and do that. Because I love having the auto feeder on. Alright, let me slow this down. This button will determine the rate at which it shoots out food. But basically, you have this here. And you basically just shoot food into it. And periodically, it'll just shoot food back out. That's adorable. Alright, okay, we got some more money. Got some more carrots. Let's go ahead and get this. But yeah, this is, just to show off right now, this is the majority of the game. Like, you're basically taking care of, like, slimes, while slowly, ever so slowly, like, making your way further and further and further and further out in the ranch. You find more slimes, you get more stuff. It's a fun thing. It's, well, I'll admit, I've always been a bit of a fan of, like, the farming simulator kind of games. This is definitely a bit on the light side. This is definitely nowhere near as intricate as, say, Harvest Moon or Stardew, but it's kind of the same. I never really saw these guys stacking together too much, like, just spontaneously. Also, I'm surprised that we haven't seen a different kind of slime yet. Then again, I am probably playing this a little bit differently. Let me go ahead and get this. Yeah. Alright. Just continue exploring the location, I guess. That's all we really can do for now. We're not going to find terribly... Oh, hey, there we go. There's our second slime. Let's get this guy in our thing. So this is a Phosphor Slime. I thought it said Phosphor. So... these particular guys like fruit, and the important thing about this here, phosphor slimes come out at night, flying about the moonlit range upon their translucent wings. Phosphor slimes give a luminescent slime core that pulses with a soft glow, making them easy to spot. It is for this reason miniatures sometimes refer to them as low stars. Now, the problem with them: they have special needs compared to typical slimes. The phosphor slime in its florets will quickly vanish if exposed to sunlight, meaning a rancher could quickly lose an entire corral's worth of phosphor slimes if they are not careful. Ranchers must either vac them up before daybreak or keep phosphor slimes in a place that's perpetually dark, like a cave. And there's a little bit of thing there. Okay, if you rub the stuff in your hair, it glows and looks really cool. Okay, let's go ahead and feed... Darn it. Alright, but actually what they're doing right now is something that I'm trying to get set up here. As you can see, when he ate that plort, he basically turned into a giant slime, and this we set this up. It's a Largo. Largo slimes are large slime hybrids formed when a slime eats a plort unlike its own. We can't actually capture these guys, but we can shoot them if we wanted to. Oh, and there's our third slime. Oh, and I don't have room for the third slime. Okay. Actually, I gotta put this guy out here for now. Because we actually have to prepare for phosphor slimes, and if you were paying attention to the last video, you already know why. But, Largo slimes are fun. Largo slimes are really funny, because, like, the slime will basically become a hybrid, like a fusion of the two. It's really cute sometimes. Like, here we have, like, a pink tabby. And yeah. And you can kind of see, like, why you would want a high wall, because look how high that guy is flying. Like, phosphor slimes like to fly, and tabby slimes like to jump, so we gotta be careful about both of those two. But anyways, since we're talking about that. So, tabby slimes are the first example of a meat eater. Tabby slimes share the same curious similarities to domesticated house cats of Earth. With their perky ears, striped backs, and swaying tails, you'd almost mistake them for a true feline. If they weren't entirely made of gooey slime, of course. So Tabby Slime generally doesn't mean any harm to a rancher, but like their spiritual earth cat cousins, often cause a great deal of chaos anyways. Tabby Slimes love to steal things they don't eat, like fruit and veggies, resulting in a lot of unintended Largo transformations on the range. And Plortonomics, Tabby Plorts are a key ingredient in a variety of performance-enhancing products that grant the consumer a surge of Tabby's signature energy and exuberance. While athletes the world over take them to gain an edge, prolonged use often results in uncontrollable butt wiggles, another less desirable signature of Tabby Slime. And I'm just going to say this. I love this game's humor. It's really great. And now I'm kind of trying to think to myself, how do I want to prioritize? We're gonna want fruit. There's no real achievement for like acquiring, like having sold all of the plort, like all the different kinds of plorts. Really, all the plorts do for us right now is just generate money. We're gonna want money, but you know, let's go ahead and put these away. Actually, let's save one. Oh, darn it. Well, hopefully one of them. Yeah, okay, we got one here. Alright, so kind of just showing off. Oh, well, wait, hold on. Let me preempt this. Okay, let's get the high holds first before I do this. So, as the game was describing, in order to get a Largo Slime, all you have to do is get a second slime and feed them a plort that is not from them. So let's see if we can line this up. And there we go. So, an interesting thing about Largos. You can see, like, when I mouse over them for diet, it now says everything, even though tabbies aren't meat eaters. And the thing to note is that when you make a Largo Slime, it does, like, several things happen with them. And let's go ahead and get some carrots so I can actually show this off. First off is the fact that they will adopt a combination of whatever the diet is between the two slimes. So, pink slimes kind of invalidate the whole thing because pink slimes will eat literally anything. As you can see, their diets, they have fruit, veggie, and meat, which is all three of the different kinds of foods in the game. While tabbies have only meat. So if you fuse a tabby and a pink slime together, they will eat anything. But to put in another way, the phosphor slimes only eat fruit, and tabbies eat meat. So if you make a tabby phosphor slime, then they will eat fruits and meat, but they will not really touch vegetables, so like carrots won't really work. The other thing about them is they will produce a plort of both kinds of slime. I was gonna take that, you know, jerk. Here, hold on. Actually, we can speed this process up. Hold on. Nope, not you. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I love these things. They're just so happy. Alright, well, inevitably they'll produce more tabby plorts, and those other two will become Largos. Unfortunately, they won't be able to stack that anymore. But yeah, the neat thing is that they produce plorts of both slimes involved in the fusion. So, it's a really good idea to, like... Well, really, it's a really good idea to make Largos so that you can, like, you don't have to create all, like, every last pin for every last slime. It'd be really costly and just take a lot of time off your hands, and you don't really want that. Not, especially not early on. Largos basically allow you to basically put 2 in 1 so that it basically saves you some time. Because, like, right now we have these 3 plots here. We have these 2 plots here, and then we just use those 2 plots, one for a garden and one for a coop. So, we can't really do anything with those yet. Oh, let me go ahead and get this. I like to put them here, so let's put it here. Yeah, these are just basically decorations. And like I said, this is for a slime we haven't even seen yet, and we're not going to see for a little bit of time. That's really about it for now. I'm actually coming up on time, but, let's see. The thing about the Phosphor Slimes, though, is that I believe that a Largo composed of a Phosphor Slime and something else will still disappear at the daytime. So we can't just fuse a Phosphor Slime into a Tabby. or something like that to save them. That won't work. So, like, what we're going to want to do is, since we're actually out of locations too, what we want to do, if we want to raise some Phosphor Slimes, is we need to make a second corral. And, basically build the solar shield on that. Guys. Here, let's actually get a Phosphor Slime though, so we actually start selling these. These are a bit pricier than the pink ones. I mean, that should go without saying. The pinks are the easiest ones to raise, but as a consequence, they will, they sell the cheapest. Which, you know, makes sense. Also, those chickens are just getting eaten up. I need to find more chickadoos, so I can try and get a roostar. And yes, that's how they pronounce them. I'm just gonna collect these spores and then... are you hungry? Here. Yeah, see, this is their hungry phase. Or, come on, something more. No, not the chickens! Tragic. Now he's happy. Jerk. Alright, I'm gonna discard the carrots. Get that chick. I'm just gonna keep getting chicks until, I basically get my, my thing. Alright, the Phosphor Slimes are gonna be here for a while, though, so there's no rush to, getting them. I will want to get them eventually, though. Part of me kind of wants to wait until I access the cave. Because the advantage about this place over here, the cave hollows... Yeah, the grotto, rather. Is that place is naturally dark, which means you don't need a solar shield in order to grow Phosphor Slimes. So it's really nice to have. But we're going to want to do a bit more adventuring if we want to get going on that. Alright, but yeah, you can see like already these things are going down in price a little bit. But the Phosphor Slimes are 31, so... Yeah, if we can get some tabbies, those are 30, so like those aren't too bad either. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Oop, you didn't make it. There. Yeah, they all grew up into hens annoyingly. So we just gotta keep getting them until, you know. Let's see. Oh, nope. Get back in there. I think that's the last regular pink one I have, so once he eats that plorb, we'll have a full pen of, there we go, we have a full pen of pink tabby largos now. And yeah, see, like, that's the problem that they have. They like to jump and bounce people, so... If we didn't have that high wall right now, they'd be bouncing all over the ranch right now. Let's see, we have 417. It's gonna be a while before we can really amass the money. We're probably gonna want to just go ahead and build a corral for the Phosphor Slimes to get them going. I'm gonna want to do, let's see, what would be more important? I would say take booster. Alright, so now we can carry 30 at once, and that's really important. But this video is dragged on long enough, so I'll go ahead and just stop it here for now. This is GuyChris9. This has been Let's Play Slime Rancher. Next episode, we're going to likely be doing a bit more exploring. Like, right now, I've just kind of stuck to this little area right here, just trying to get my initial base of operations going. But we're not going to really get much done if we do that. There's going to be a lot of stuff all over here, including another slime that we have access to, but we haven't seen yet, and I'm going to want to get that slime too. But we'll get going on that. We'll actually start exploring, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.